Hey people, this is the UAK podcast, and today I have here with me the AG Corner.
Hello.
And we also got Lewis Senpai, but he'd rather be referred to as anime as a whole every day, so...
Yes, hello.
And then we got Taylor, your average anime fan. Nothing less, nothing more. Just... So today, we kind of want to run some stuff with you guys, because we're gonna kind of make some big...
This is
the
last episode of the UAK podcast ever.
This year.
Oh
my god.
But there is a twist. I don't know what we should call it. The rebuild. We should call it UAK rebuild series. The rebuild movie.
You are not alone.
The rebuild.
You are not a podcast.
I think you are not alone is quite intriguing, actually.
No, because that is from Evangelion,
Yeah.
mate.
It doesn't matter.
You are not a
They
podcast.
didn't claim that phrase.
Yeah, but we're not sure what we're going to call it. But we're going to be rebooting, reloading the podcast. We're going to be starting all over with the start of the new year, and it's going to be higher production quality. We're going to be getting rid of Jamie. No, I'm joking. We're not.
I wasn't signed up
This
for
was
this.
decided right now.
Yeah,
so that's how spontaneous.
But we'll be editing it and stuff, and it'll be higher quality. We're actually going to plan what we're going to talk about, and it's going to be. We're probably going to get some guests on as well.
We do that sometimes, actually.
And
then they
it's
just merge into the podcast.
It's just going to be an overall better experience. But we will be restarting that. We've not got any plans on when. Probably before the winter season starts, which is actually next week.
Basically next year.
Yeah, next year in 2014.
Just don't be expecting content to be coming out as frequently as we have right now, because as Lewis mentioned, we do want these podcasts to have some quality to them now.
Quality over quantity.
And especially exactly, and also when it comes to editing it, we want it to become watchable as well, because we're using YouTube here. I mean, we could just stay on iTunes and just have people listen to it that, but I mean, we got video at our advantage, and if we're not using that to our advantage, then it's just kind of a waste, really. So
we'll get some nice visuals sorted out.
Boobs.
Some nice etchy for you guys to look at.
Yes.
We'll try for once a month. Maybe more. Yeah. Maybe once every other time.
No less than once a month. It won't be more than it'll be once a month definitely. And if we can do more, that's cool for on holiday or whatever.
But it's holidays, because it's always a lot of us. Well, I think all of us are in education, so you haven't got much spare time, unfortunately.
And also, we'd also like to ask you guys as well in advance if there's anything you guys would like to see us do for the podcast. As for questions, we don't really want to officially stamp that yet, because we don't really get questions frequently, and it gets a bit really depressing when we keep asking for questions at the end of every podcast. And so, I mean, at the moment, we're just going to take things the way we want to set them out as, and if people like them, people like them. And the more popular we get, well, the more awesome stuff we'll do with you guys. But as for now, we kind of want to establish some good quality podcasts that you guys can enjoy on the road.
So the next podcast you will listen to will be the reboot of the UAK podcast, and it'll be amazing quality.
HD
also,
remix.
do feel free to also suggest how long your attention spans could actually hold up for, when it comes to podcasts, because we don't want to go 2 hours or over an hour if no one can really handle it.
I've got a question.
Oh wow, our first question.
Do you want to post this in the comments?
We've had questions before, but is this podcast going to be in 4K?
It's going to be in 8K.
Really?
16 million pixels. No, it won't be in 4K, because 4K is stupid on YouTube. It's so irrelevant, such a waste of time.
That's not if you have 4K monitor.
Even then, why would you want to watch a single still image in 4K? But
why not?
I mean, what are we doing right now? 720p.
Yeah.
So I don't think audio quality. We don't have crazy studio mics, so it doesn't really matter. 4K is not on us yet for YouTube.
Because we don't have any images anyway. Unless we're having just some etchy stuff, then maybe.
Etchy in 4K.
Oh, bloody hell.
Etchy and beautiful.
Yeah, prepare for a lot of etchy thumbnails, people, because you know how people like to...
Since that is the best, since that is the best anime genre.
Don't worry, they will. You may see some actually in the video, but nothing, borderline hentai.
Random
Yeah, we don't want to go too far.
No, not borderline hentai, just plain hentai.
Yeah, straight up, uncensored.
Bro.
from the
420
host.
Blaze.
We're gonna get fan hentai.
Jesus Christ.
No, don't suggest that. If it ever takes off, we're fucked.
Dear God. So do you want to start talking about the first topic of today, which is what we've watched? Because that's a nice classic one.
What I've watched, that's always an easy one to do.
Yeah, everyone's on Christmas break. I think everyone.
I've watched anime.
So there's no excuses to not watch anime. So.
Oh God.
Anyone want
Yeah,
to start?
Taylor.
Let's start with Taylor.
You start with me.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Let's see what he's been up to
Jesus
then.
Christ. I haven't watched Gungrave.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. I don't think that's gonna... With the new reboot next... Well, I say next week. It'll be like the next 3-4 weeks or something. We'll do another podcast. That's just not gonna happen, this Gungrave thing. And literally all I've watched is maybe 2 or 3 episodes of GTO. Because I've been playing the PS4. And it is brilliant. And no time for anime when you're playing FIFA. So yeah, that's
all you've watched.
That's
watched GTO. How are you liking GTO?
It is it's pretty good. I said a bit about it on the last podcast how it kind of really does need a reboot because the animation is dated late 90s, but it doesn't really look that well.
How far are you in it right now?
30 episodes. I got 16 more to go. I think.
Like the last arc's probably the best out of the whole series.
See it that.
They go to Okinawa for their school trip.
I think what I really loved about that series was that it was focused on a teacher for once.
Yeah.
I mean, you get loads of high school rom-coms, high school anime, always about the students, of course. But seeing it from a teacher's perspective is really interesting, especially given Onizuka's character.
Probably
how he acts like he's still...
He is an awesome character. It can be given.
I really feel like anime should really aim to do more shows like that, but I suppose there really isn't as much of a mass appeal as there is for high school girls, getting all that fan service and all that. And it's just Onizuka's one of those rare hidden gems that do something different.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic. I'd classify it as a classic comedy. Probably one of the funniest anime shows out there. Because it was really enjoyable. But so I'll go next. My magical pot of anime that I've been watching. I started watching a show called Samurai 7, and it's actually really good. I'm not too far into it. I'm only 6 episodes in. I doubt anyone will have watched it because it's not super popular. It's really American. It could well be an American TV show. The way it's kind of told, it's kind of episodic, but it also has a story. What else I've watched Gungrave, but we'll never talk about Gungrave until everyone has watched it. Let's see, what else have I watched? A lot of seasonal stuff's wrapping up. We'll talk about that in a bit, the fall season. I watched Wolf Children, which Jamie can hop in here. Wolf Children, probably one of the best anime movies of all time. It is amazing, and the animation is just top notch. The Blu-ray came out in the UK on 23rd, and it is glorious in Blu-ray. Can you agree, Jamie?
Yeah, well, it's not. I don't think the actual occasion for it is anything special, but yeah, it's an 80p.
Yeah,
in all its glory.
That scene where they're running through the snow was just whoa.
Yeah,
so
the music
nice.
and everything. But it's kind of weird that they weren't wearing many clothes, and I was like, "Well, you're gonna catch a cold, aren't you?" I didn't catch a cold.
Yeah.
Spoilers, didn't catch a cold.
Yep. But they even added in 3D animation, which normally never works in anime. Normally,
3D animation when.
Well, they done a lot of free. It was hardly even noticeable. Most shows, like High School of the Dead, if you remember, the jeeps in that were randomly 3D animated.
Yeah, it
just looked really out of place. And it's just why have they used that? But in Wolf Children, they made it work really nicely. They made it blend in. There was scenes where they were running through the woods, or it was more landscape shots, but there was a few 3D animation scenes in that, which is nice.
It's quite a seed, actually, I thought.
Yeah, but
especially 20 minutes into it. Is that?
Yeah. But good show. I don't want to good movie even. I don't want to spoil it because it's such a nice story.
But it's about children who are wolves also.
Yeah, it's it's a nice story with nice morals and nice I was like, I'd heard a lot about it. Like,
it makes you think a lot, I think.
yeah, I'd heard a lot about there being like pretty bad scenes, and because it was an anime.
Not bad, it's weird scenes I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what I was hearing. I was like, oh, I really don't like that scene, or I've heard people talking about it. And I watched it. And it wasn't like there was nothing bad. It was a really nice show.
No, it's PG.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Really that...
I thought there was going to be some kind of really crazy anime scene that was going to ruin it.
But there was a tit in it. Yes.
There was, yeah. But I mean,
breastfeeding.
It was a nice movie.
It
was very nice.
Is it one of those anime films that would have a mass hit with the mainstream audience?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
probably. Yeah.
It would be something that I would take my kids to see at the cinema. If I had kids.
Wait. You have kids?
If I had them.
Come at me, bro.
Taylor's
the one who's got kids.
All 17.
I mean, every time we try to record a podcast, it's like the kids.
No, I've kept a few the past few
You should
years.
take them all to see Wolf Children.
And then
I don't
just
think
leave
free,
them.
obviously.
Just leave them.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think Wolf Children's a thing that will be out in the cinemas anyway. As like a mainstream thing. I think it'll be like selected cinemas. Maybe like your indie film houses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
it's hard for any anime to get into it, really.
Yeah,
which I find quite weird because you all Pixar and all that lost in cinema.
Yeah, it could easily fit in as one of them. Like, it could easily be a Disney movie.
Yeah, well, actually, no. What the only problem is the bit like there's no, what's it called? What's the word? It's not actually like anything to do with mating, sex, and all that lot. When in Wolf Children there is like.
Yeah,
it's obviously implied.
It was
implied. That's what I was looking for.
And it was kind of about something that might not be totally acceptable in society.
Yeah, so I think that just that bit, it's like that's for like 2 seconds though. Yeah. But I think because of that, that's one of the reasons holding it back.
Which is a shame because it's a really nice story. It's something that should be. It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem that we have that two different types of people having children. But I don't want to go into it. I don't want to say anything.
No, it shouldn't be a problem, but I think we're not open about this sort of stuff. Whereas Japan, I would assume.
Yeah. So it's a shame that won't be in the cinemas because I'd like to see that. If it ever does, definitely. If you see it at like a film festival or whatever, do pay to
in HMV. And it's like £100. Still buy it.
Yeah, when it's super overpriced. Anything else I'm watching? A show called Seiyuki. I started watching Seiyuki, which was just another show that's super long. It's 50 episodes, and I probably won't watch it anytime soon. It's like a shonen. I've only watched one episode, so I don't even know.
Oh, and we also tried to do Ronnie Kenshin, but I gave up on that. I'm not even halfway.
I watched 3 episodes of that, I think.
I watched 20, I think.
Alright.
I just couldn't get into it. I sort of had it on the background for a few episodes, but I still sort of paid attention, which wasn't interesting.
I mean, it's a shonen. It's a... You know when you want to watch a shonen... You don't always
I thought it'd be better because everyone's saying that. I've heard that the OVA is really good. Trust and Betrayal.
Well, the movie.
You can watch that regardless because it's pretty cool.
Alright.
So I might give that a go. I might drop the actual series because I don't think I'll watch it. It's just not. It's not entertaining. The opening's quite good. I quite like the opening.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. I've not watched much of it, but I can see how. It could just. It's just kind of your normal shonen, isn't it? I mean,
it'll be good if you watched it when you were a child on the TV.
Yeah. If you watched this TV and came back to watch it, I think. But the next thing is Blue Exorcist or Anno Exorcist, which is I've watched 6 episodes of that. Actually, really enjoying it. Like animation's superb. The characters are a bit cheesy here and there. There's some cheesy scenes, but you can get over that.
I think that's just a dub.
The voice acting was like pretty. It's like, I'm going to rule the world and save everybody and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I didn't get that appeal when I was watching it, and I watched it a bit after it came out or finished. I think in Japan.
Well, I got it on Blu-ray, and it looks like amazing with the big blue.
Yeah, I want to rewatch
flames.
It at some point because I got on Blu-ray. Well, I got part 1 on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's definitely worth just for the visuals. It's really nice to watch on Blu-ray, and the story's pretty cool. Loads of cool characters. Pretty cool concept, going to school as a devil and learning about exorcism and stuff like that. Pretty cool concept, but that is all I've watched.
That had quite a sad episode 1, or was it episode 2?
To be honest, quite a lot of people didn't like the ending, but I mean, I really don't see them doing a season 2 to it because, well, I've been reading the manga. They haven't really. I think Volume 10 was the last one I got. And in Japan, they haven't released the volume afterwards, I think, or the volume after that, and so the manga's been on hold for quite a while, and the story hasn't really gone that much further than what I would have hoped. But I feel like what the anime did was good for what it was, and at
Well,
the end
if
of
it
the
got a
That's the
Blu-ray
thing.
release, it must have done something right. If it got a Blu-ray
No,
release,
no,
They
yeah,
ended on filler, didn't
it did quite well.
yeah,
in general.
they had their own.
Yeah, an anime own
Filler
They
on
had
it,
a
and
movie.
ended on-
ending.
But the thing is, sometimes it's a run like that. You don't want it to drag on out so long for it to decline in quality.
yeah.
Hmm.
I can
And
see them making like an OVA, like that isn't
They
necessarily
had a movie,
that isn't necessarily
but
like.
but the movie was shit. I didn't like the movie at all.
I liked it. It was
Was
alright.
it a
Well, it
sequel?
wasn't
or
shit.
It wasn't too
was
bad.
it just a
It was
random.
just worthless.
Right.
Literally, it was actually worthless to the actual characters as well. What happened in the end? Oh, it's bullshit. Well, so all this movie for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll see how I'll share my thoughts about it in a later date when I finish it. Probably pretty soon because I like it. It's an enjoyable show to watch, so I'll probably get through it pretty quickly.
Take people long. But do you know about Gungrave? Considering we're not going to get an episode
Yeah,
about
we
it.
can talk about that.
Sorry for anyone who's actually going to bother listening.
Right, this
to
is where me and Tash go away for the next 20 minutes.
I don't think we'll talk about it for 20 minutes, but
No, I can't see. No, I think if Tash watched it, or perhaps when you
Yeah.
pick, I already know what Lewis thinks of it, so
Well,
I don't think it's going to last that long.
I finished it, and I'll say I was a bit skeptical on the first half. I was like, well, "Where's this going to go?" It was all right. It was like enjoyable to watch, and then the second half, Jamie was like, "Oh, you might not like this," and I was like, "Oh God, what are they going to do?" And they introduced a kind of more sci-fi kind of very kind of more risky, and actually, I'm surprised you actually liked the second half more than the first half.
Just contradiction, faults right here.
Yeah, I know. But like, I liked
God,
how they
just-
kind of meddled, the whole meddling with God thing, the whole Full Metal Alchemist thing. Should you be allowed to create life and all that kind of stuff? That's quite, that's quite interesting. And although it might have been a bit cheesy, I kind of accepted it. Like 10 episodes in, I went, okay, it's going to be quite cheesy. It's going to be big action scenes where the guys are getting shot by 15 people, not getting hit by one bullet, and they're just killing everybody at once. There's that kind of stuff, those kind of scenes, and the main characters are just like super crazily overpowered. But I did like it. If you don't take it 100% seriously, then it is an enjoyable show.
I don't know. I think it is trying to be serious though.
Well, yeah, at some points, but I mean, there's gunfights where it's like the one guy against like 30 other guys, and they're all shooting with
That's
machine
just a
guns.
rule in general. Not even in anime. Just a rule in general. Gunfights, the guy will never die.
Yeah, but I mean,
And if he is, it'll be a big, huge thing. It won't be a shot you're dead. It'll be like, ow, I've got my last breath. Come here, some shit like
yeah.
that.
But I mean, it was a good
But
series.
people-
I enjoyed it. In the end, I don't know why. I just liked the second half more than the first half.
It reminded me of Hellsing, that half.
Yeah, it was like Full Metal Alchemist, Hellsing kind of things, like playing with God and
But it was like a monster of the week sort of thing. He had to face someone.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean,
Every
yeah, the monsters
episode,
did get a bit weird. I'd rather they just kept with kind of zombie guys, like
it had
the
a Spike
spiders.
Spiegel in it as well.
What did it have his voice?
Yeah,
Actor?
the what's he, like, Lee, isn't it?
Oh, was he voiced by? What was it? Steve.
Yeah. Bloom.
Steve Bloom. Yeah, he's a good voice actor.
But I really enjoyed the flashback part.
What, the very
About
ending?
16 episodes. Huh?
The ending.
No, the flashback.
Oh, the first
16.
half. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was good, and it was like it was totally
I
different from
just
the
thought it
second
had
half.
a better story. It depends what you like. If you want a story, then
Yeah.
you got the first half. If you like action, you got the second half. But it was just, I thought it was really well done. It's like a mafia sort. It's
Yeah.
mafia. Millennium.
Yeah, not many anime kind of touch on that kind of mafia gang
I
stuff
mean, it's
very
very
well.
Born, but it's sort of different. Not even like the stereotypical one.
Yeah, I like
Um,
the ending as well. That was a nice way to wrap it up. I thought they were going to do.
No, I read about someone saying that literally today it was actually in the comments of a YouTube video saying how they left it up in the air. They didn't leave it up in the air. Just they didn't want to show you what happened, but it's implied what happened. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you watched it, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that right at the very last second.
Yeah, but it's implied.
Yeah.
I'd
I'd rather they do that than
Obvious.
show us what
You
actually
don't
happened.
need to show what it is because it's obvious.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's not loose. It doesn't take a genius to work
Yeah.
out what happened.
But I like how they ended it, and it was all about their friendship and stuff, and
Yeah, which is kind of weird considering what happened. But
yeah. But I
but,
wasn't
like, what I
expecting it
like-
to end like that. But I was pleased. I wasn't disappointed with how they ended it.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't really. I wasn't annoyed by it at all. That's just yeah.
Yeah.
But what people I've also heard recently, well not recently, but I've seen threads and that people say skip episode 1. Do not skip episode 1 it puts all the context into it.
Yeah, once it will seem irrelevant when you're on the first half. That's what I was talking about last week. I was like, this is totally irrelevant. But when you get to that second half, it does all start to make sense, and you kind of understand why they've done it.
I would say episode 1, pay attention. Like, don't just turn off.
Yeah, you need to
Because
look at everything.
you can make them connections yourself in the flashbacks, which I was trying to do. Because like, you're like, how the fuck did this get to this?
Yeah.
Like, that makes no sense, and it just happens.
Yeah, it's cool. That's
And I think
the second half is just like it unravels and unravels and unravels. And that's nice to watch.
And it's like second half sort of, you know what's gonna happen really now, because it's gonna be sort of the typical action anime.
But Gungrave, good show, nice story, nice touching story. Also some really nice action scenes.
And the dub was pretty good as well, actually.
Yeah, dub was good. I watched it in dub. You can pick up the DVD on Amazon, very cheap, because it's not a very amazingly rare DVD, so you can play it up pretty cheap.
And the box set's not very good quality.
Yeah.
Why can't we get a good quality actual box set case itself?
I don't know. I could have designed. I could have designed a better case.
It doesn't not look nice. The case itself just looks.
Yeah, it was poor, but yeah. So it was Gungrave. If you guys want to watch it, you can go watch it.
But still pick up, the DVDs. The DVD quality's alright, and the actual video.
Yeah.
It's 2003.
If you ignore the actual physical box.
Yeah, we're not talking about do buy it, but just saying that we want better actual physical boxes in the UK. That's another thing. I get jealous of the American releases. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, Americans just seem to get everything. Like we get the Blu-ray case, which is the standard with the front cover and thing, and then they get like
Psycho-Pass's release. Oh my!
Yeah, and then they get like
it's just amazing
8-disc special with like
the actual box
that comes with the director
amazing.
in physical form. You get to keep the director of the movie. No, but
you literally keep him in your pocket.
Yeah, and he just follows you around and he talks about the movie for you. But
every day, anime every day.
So, Tash? Do you want to say what you've been watching? Have you been watching anything?
I finished quite a lot of seasonal shows last week, but we'll get onto that later. I watched the Gintama film. I don't necessarily want to talk about that because there's quite a lot to go around.
Fun fact about that. Did you know it's already like in the top 10 on Mal?
Yeah, it did really well.
It was like about 5 Gintama
The thing is,
on the top 5,
when,
top 10. It's ridiculous.
I think that's their plan, just take over the whole of Mal. It's just going to be the whole top 10, it's just all the top 10 Gintama stuff.
I think Gintama is actually a really popular anime though in Japan. It's just like the West don't like it, to be honest.
It's because of the comedy.
Yeah, the comedy fits more Japanese people a lot more. But if you're into your manga and your anime, then you will get a lot of the jokes on there.
But you can presume that anyone who's going to watch it's going to be into anime and manga.
Yeah, well, you definitely need to have watched anime to understand it.
Yeah,
like,
but
all the jokes are
it's not really
anime-based.
a thing, like, to say to someone, like, oh yeah, you haven't watched anime, go watch Gintama. I never heard someone say that.
Yeah.
As a first.
Exactly.
But I think it's just, you know how like it's always different. Like, the people, different. It's really weird how the different society has different sort of styles of comedic values, and it's just really weird. I find, and I think that might be a factor into it.
I have heard.
I think that definitely.
I have heard like normal, not normal people, like anime fans aren't normal, but like regular fans that have watched a few anime watching Gintama. It's like I've heard people that aren't like in a more. I don't want to say hardcore. What would you call us? Above average, even though the average anime fans here, but they're above. Even though he's the average anime, we're above average anime fans because the average anime fan will probably have watched a bit of Naruto, a bit of One Piece, probably Death Note, and maybe a few other random shows. Like that's the average anime fan.
You're making me feel stupid.
To be honest, your name's Average Anime Fan. People could easily think Lewis was just talking about you just then.
No, but you've watched more than just like 3 shonen.
I've watched 50. Yeah, compared to
bullshit.
Yeah. I know. I've actually watched 2 shows.
But anyway, about the film, they really did hint that this could end the anime as well. Oh. So they really did put a lot of effort into the film from what they did. And it was freaking hilarious as well. Drama wasn't as there as normal arcs normally have, but it was good for what it was. And I really don't want it to just go away after that. And I don't think after all the sales they've made with the box office, they're not really.
Can anyone just jump into this
cancel
movie?
the show.
Just jump in and watch it? Or... or do we have to have watched every episode?
I would say you'd have to at least watch the first film, because the first film is like a remake of one of the serious arcs. And that gives you a good insight to what the world of Gintama is pretty much like, with its comedy and serious action and sci-fi-ness. It's very hard to recommend Gintama to most people, because with the fandom, especially the fandom, the people that like Gintama love it, and the people that don't like it absolutely hate it.
It's like 9.
It really is like that Marmite anime. You either love it or you hate it. Essentially, I hardly come across people that say they just like Gintama. They love it. But other than that, I've finally started. Got back to watching Monogatari, the second season. I left it on hold for quite a long time because I really love the series to bits, and I can't really handle watching one episode a week. And I've got to say, the second season really does feel like a second season to Bakemonogatari. Those people still consider Monogatari like second season, but I kind of see it more as like a kind of like a set of OVAs in some sense, because in Monogatari they do recap episodes on the stuff outside of Bakemonogatari. So there was a 4 OVA special on a prequel to Bakemonogatari, and they recapped that all in one episode. And as for Nisamonogatari, they recapped the whole series more or less into one episode as well. And they really are just bringing everything together, which is what I really like. They're not really putting anything to waste, because the fandom really did not reply to Nisamonogatari well, because it turned very ecchi for everyone's liking. Even though Bakemonogatari is generally, it does have ecchi kind of like tacked on there, but it's not really as so strong as to distract you from the main point of the show.
It definitely pushes the boundaries of things. Like, it's not like a normal thing. There's a lot of like things that might be weird.
It feels very original in the sense of an anime, because it's not Bakemonogatari. There isn't anything like it that I could say.
Yeah, definitely. They just kind of done what they wanted with Bakemonogatari. From what I watched, it was like it followed no stereotypes. It just kind of done its own thing, which is good. Even if it wasn't the best thing, I'd rather they done something that was completely new than do just remake the same old show that might get views, which is nice and commendable for Bakemonogatari.
You can also tell it's been adapted from a novel, with the amount of text you get on screen. And I'll tell you this, watching the second season, it was like I was playing a game on my PS3 when I was watching it, because you got a shitload of more text now this time, and sometimes you get paragraphs of text like in each frame. So sometimes you get like 7 frames and they have all nothing but text. But the thing is, when you do see it, read it, it does explain a lot of things as well. So you've really got to read the text as well as watching the anime, because the anime has so much information to give, and they even skip openings themselves as well. You hardly see openings in Monogatari Season 2. I've only seen about 2 openings, to be honest, and they only appeared in like one episode. Like, one of them appeared one episode and one appeared in the other, and then one is for another one. But yeah, it really is one of those marathon-only animes as well, because the amount of information they give you for every episode is just so much
I can't imagine
that you just
want
to find out what happens.
That would be crazy to watch that weekly.
Having to keep all that information in your head.
No idea what would be going on.
Also, another quick tip as well. After you watch the ending theme, there's still more of Monogatari. It doesn't go to a preview, and it doesn't do a stupid like skit at the end. They actually do like carry on with the episode.
They need to put disclaimers when shows do that. They need to say a disclaimer. There will be stuff that you need to watch after, because like High School of the Dead done that.
Yeah,
like pretty much like the huge twist of each episode happened after the credits, and if you didn't watch it, you just went into the next episode feeling like you've just skipped a whole episode.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, like a new character will be introduced after the credits, and then you'll just hop into the next episode, and there's a new character there, and he's just kind of minding his own business.
You can tell, like, with a series like Monogatari, it's very crucial you do not skip that especially. I also do recommend you do watch Nisa Monogatari and the OVAs, because they really do play a crucial part, and even though they summarize it in an episode, it's still not enough. I mean, especially if you're doing a whole season, like Nisa Monogatari. But for those people that really just want to get straight to the story without going through the OVAs or Nisa Monogatari, you can still just watch Monogatari, the second season. And I've got to say, I was really surprised with what's happened with the way they've told the story, because it's a lot more non-linear. Because at the start, you don't see Araragi, the main protagonist, till like episode 5 or 6. And stuff starts to make sense. It's like what you guys said about Gungrave.
Yeah, it unravels itself.
Exactly. And you get all these new interesting stories as well, given from the characters as well. Especially you get more on the vampire that Aragi's become a servant to. I've forgotten her name. It's hard to juggle their names around because there's a lot of characters in the show. But yeah, do definitely watch Monogatari. It's my favourite. I would say it was perhaps my most enjoyable anime of this year, to be honest, because it's just so much mystery in this second season, and it's a crap load better than Bakemonogatari. And they also got a film coming up as well.
Awesome.
And I heard like Monogatari series do very well in Japan.
Yeah, I
as
was
well,
about to say
so...
that they must be pretty successful if they're getting multiple seasons and movies, like, which is weird because I would definitely if I'd watched that and I had to guess if it was successful or not, I probably would say it wasn't successful because it's quite niche. I mean, it's not something that everyone can watch.
You really have to like keep your attention to detail. That's what the Monogatari series is all about. If you can't half-ass episodes as well, because if you half-ass an episode, you won't understand what's going on in the episode afterwards. And I think it's about to finish this week, so
I think it's finished.
Yeah, it's actually finished like today. I'm gonna watch the rest tonight and finish it up tomorrow because I've got quite a lot to go through. And I've skipped the recaps because I've seen the recaps that they did already.
Awesome.
But it's just for those people that haven't seen it. And also, like, if you've forgotten what's happened in Bakemonogatari, the second season will also, like, brush you up on literally everything that's happened from there as well. Because they've got a whole recap of the first season as well in one of the episodes. So you don't feel lost whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, do watch
so
it. Sorry for dragging
is that
this
everything
out.
you've watched since I think our last podcast last week? Was it last? Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah.
So let's now talk about our let's look back.
I haven't talked about me.
Oh yeah, you haven't gone. You just checked into mine. So
Right,
okay,
well,
let's see what
basically-
you've watched.
I also even said about Wolf Children, Ronnie Kenshin,
Yeah.
and I think that's it. But the other thing I've watched that no one else watched this week was Haganai. I know Tess watched it,
Haganai!
and that
I'm ready
show's
to
actually
talk.
like amazing. I'm not even joking. It's like I don't really like this sort of comedy romance school thing.
It has all your generic archetypes and all
that's what I would not
that
like.
stuff. But it's just like how they go about with the execution of it all just works so
It's
well
so good.
because of how likable the characters are. I mean, they're not really transparent as you get closer towards the end. Things start to unravel and be a lot. I would say like they get interesting because you start to see how some characters kind of like have a history with some, but yeah.
Jamie, I think you're in denial that you like it because you like Toradora, and that's like a super
Yeah, but
generic
I
high school romance show.
I know, but
Toradora is very different to Haganai.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of
Completely. If you're
it's
looking
your
for
high school show,
if you-
romance love triangle thing.
if you're looking for something serious, go for Toradora. If you're not and you're looking to have a fun
Yeah.
time, then go for Haganai.
But Jamie
But
liked
the second season
Jamie,
did
you
kind of
liked
disappoint me.
Toradora, didn't you?
yeah.
So I think you're just
But
in
it's like-
denial and
No,
you don't
but
know. it.
I try others, and I don't like. I can't watch them. Like, I try Sakura Souls, I couldn't
Well,
watch
others is in the show others.
them. There is another.
Oh, another, yeah.
But no, but Sakura Souls, I watched 3 or 4 episodes. No. Kotora-san, that's something. No. Well, I finished it. I didn't really like it. I didn't like it that much.
It's hard to consider it a rom-com.
I think Sakurasu was probably one of the better rom-coms as well, so if you didn't like
Yeah, but
that...
Loads of
did
people have acknowledged it and compared it to Toradora as well. That's how high of a level it's
Yeah.
gone.
I think Toradora
Well,
and Sakurasu are probably the top two romantic comedy
But
shows.
I couldn't get into Sakura, so
Yeah.
it's like
You couldn't get
it's
in.
too slow.
Of course you couldn't
No.
get in.
At the key.
Well, Sakurasu was...
Loads of
Sakurasu
people
was the
got
name of
into
the
it at
thing that the troubled people's house that they live in. That's Sakurasu.
You seem to be like in quite the opposite to like most people, because loads of people were checking out Sakura so at the start, and then they dropped it around like episode 7, I hear, because they showed one episode with fan service, and then everyone was like, oh, "Fuck this."
That's literally all it takes is one episode of an anime to have, fan service. Then everyone just overreacts. Oh my god, no.
Not if it's High School with the
Oh
Dead.
no,
High School
from the
with the
start
Dead,
you know
apparently
what
it's
you're
all good.
getting into.
That's the
Boobs
opposite.
in action.
One episode of
Then
High
they
School
watch
of the Dead
Hagana.
without fan service, and everyone was crazy. Like, what? High School of the Dead didn't have fan service this episode.
Yeah, but that never happened.
No, of course that would never happen. That'd be crazy.
But Haganai's worse.
Worse than
What, with
worse
fan
than High School of
service?
the Dead.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's more revealing.
I wouldn't say it's worse.
No, it's not. Well, it goes further.
It's more hardcore. Yeah, because High School of the
I
Dead
suppose so,
never
yeah,
really
because
showed
he-
anything, did it? Did it
No.
even show?
No,
No.
not one nipple.
To be honest, Haganai shows a lot more, actually.
Yeah.
It shows a full naked lolly character running naked.
I was so shocked about that.
Or were you turned on? Were you shocked that your head it just went up, or were you just more shocked that it happened?
Yeah, I know. That's
Can
as
you-
far
can you
as you
ma-
can go. That's literally the top of the limit before it's just hentai.
But you do know they're making a live action film of this, and if they do adapt that,
Oh,
that is
God.
very illegal.
They're gonna go to court. They're gonna go to court.
You get the police knocking at your door if you watch it.
But I'll tell you this: you cannot do lolly characters IRL.
No, because that's just
You really can't.
that's terrible.
Because that's why I was shocked why
Yeah, but
Haganai
that
was doing a
happened twice,
live
didn't
action
it?
film.
The only characters, because it happened with his sister, and it happened with Maria,
Hmm.
and
Oh.
then you got Senna. I'm like, oh, I don't mind.
Wait.
Oh, I wouldn't-
Wait till you get to the second season. I mean, it's pretty much more or less the same. I haven't really spoke about Haganai season 2. Well, I don't think we had the podcast by then, but Haganai season 2, I was expecting a lot more. I mean, I expected it to go serious because season 1 ended it with something quite serious
Yeah.
and interesting that they can work on. But season 2, I feel like they stall for that till like episode 9. Because from episode 9 onwards, it gets serious, and at the end, they leave it on a cliffhanger, and that kind of sucks because people are saying like you got to wait for the light novel to come out and be adapted.
It doesn't suck because it also means there's season 3 coming.
I really do hope season 3 comes. Season 3s are even more rare than season 2s.
But then again, because if you have like 5 seasons, it wouldn't be that long really. Like 50 odd episodes. Well, no, it'd be 75 actually. It's not that long. Like in
The only anime I'm shocked that keeps coming back, like up and down, is like Gintama, because they go on hiatus quite frequently.
We could link up to this about Fairy Tale.
Transition for the
Coming
win.
back.
Did you see what I did there?
A
Linked
nice
them.
segue.
Nice.
The segues don't quite work when you call it a segue. You can't go, this is a segue. It would have been good
Now
if
it's
you
Taylor's
just
time.
segued into it.
It's like this is my time now. This
I
is
did
where I
though.
can.
It's Taylor, time
The
to shine.
greatest show
That's will last for
of
the
all
next
time
30
is
minutes.
now returning to you this April.
Fate Zero, back
No,
alive.
it's not. I don't think, yeah, I don't think any of the greatest shows are returning.
Okay. Fairy Tale is returning this April.
No,
Oh,
wait,
Fairy
wait,
Tale.
wait,
Sorry,
wait,
I
wait.
thought you said great show. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
I
you said
did,
Fairy Tale. I
but-
thought you said great show.
sorry, man.
And I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. By the
I
time
can.
it comes out, there's going to be around 73 chapters to adapt. So hopefully it'll be enough to deciding on how they adapt it, like how many chapters they put in per episode. So hopefully they don't fuck it up. Hopefully they don't add filler
Hopefully it
acts,
has it
and
open.
hopefully they don't go on another huge hiatus. Well, it wasn't really huge. It
I
was only,
really,
8
A
months?
year and a bit.
I
was a
find
year,
it hard to
every
believe
year.
they're not gonna do filler arcs.
know.
To be honest, because I hear the manga that it has gone far quite a bit, but
I
from what I
thought
hear
the
from
manga-
people, they say they're still not. They still don't think Fairy Tail the anime is gonna like not do filler.
I think it would be
because
funny if they
will,
just
I
done it all
reckon.
filler. You just came back and they didn't even
I suppose
touch
if
on
you
the
think
manga, they
about
just done
it-
a random filler arc and ended.
Oh no, that's the worst of Full Metal. It was like non-filler, episode 1 filler. What?
Oh no, honestly, the last filler act there was in Fairy Tail, the one with the Arashon Says
It's
return.
quite
No,
good.
I hated that act. It was the worst act in
Really?
the series, I thought. I absolutely hate that act. So from basing it off that,
I thought it was alright.
I reckon if they do a filler
Or
act,
filler.
it's not going to be that good.
I'd
No,
rather
but
prefer to do fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
why
show
can't we
is
have
not-
more
can't be
Hot
filler.
Springs fan service episodes? Because that's
Well, that's
that's
To be
like-
honest,
that's
those
like
episodes
every
really
other
do well in
Fairy
Fairy
Tail
Tail fan
no,
service.
that's all the
episodes.
OVAs. Like literally, if you've watched the OVAs, there's literally nothing
Oh yeah,
except for fan service.
even that Rave Master one.
Oh yeah.
Hot Spring, was it Hot Spring or was it Swimming Pool? One of the two.
Can't beat a Hot Springs episode.
No.
Especially with Fairy Tail characters.
Episode 8 is always the Hot Springs episode.
There's something about Fairy Tail that every single woman in that world must have like the breast size of over F's or something.
Apart from Wendy.
Ap-
Because she's a slut.
She's only 12.
She's a slut. This is anime. Don't make it seem.
There's no boundaries. She's a lolly.
She's a shit on it, man.
Oh my god.
Talking about lollies, the Fate Stay Night remake.
Wait, why go? How does that go with lollies? In what way?
They don't know.
All I can think of is Ilya is the only lolly character there.
Oh, she's
she
the
frickin-
main character in the.
That was a really good segment for anyone that hasn't watched Fairy Tail or Fate Stay Night. So let's just for the one.
Don't watch Fate Stay Night. Wait.
To be
for
honest,
it.
loads of people hate on Fairy Tail.
No,
That's
I
how
hate
big
it.
it is.
I don't know
So-
why they hate on it. Why?
They hate on it because of the fan
And
service.
because it's
They're like,
shonen,
oh.
and shonen, it doesn't matter how good
thing
the
is, I
shonen
feel like-
people hate on it.
I feel like people take Fairy Tail way too
I know,
seriously
it's not
than
meant to
what
be
it
taken
is.
that serious. That's why I joke about being the best anime ever.
It's because you got the
Wait,
it's because you got the Naruto
actually
and the
joke.
Bleach stars
I
and One Piece
thought you were serious.
stars.
I
No,
don't
it is
think
literally
that's
just
like
all the Bleach fucking people hating because since their anime's been cancelled,
Yeah,
they're now
yeah,
just
yeah.
like pulling
It's-
on the
it's funny.
coattail of fucking Fairy
I see
Tail.
comments saying that they want Bleach gonna come next now. I'm like, Bleach will never
I
return.
didn't even know these
Just
people
saying.
Sorry,
existed.
but-
I didn't even know there was fans.
I'll
of
tell you,
Bleach.
this is the funniest story, see, because Studio Pirate, they brought in SD Rock Lee to take Bleach's time slot, and SD Rock Lee was running for a long time. It got taken off
And-
there, and it's coming
And
back.
there is.
It's actually coming back. The one series of everything they have, they're bringing SD Rock Lee back. No Beelzebub and no Bleach.
And there's a
No,
new
but the
One
thing
Piece
is,
spin-off
Bleach
coming
is
out.
doing so bad in the manga sales and the manga rankings.
Yeah, I never see in the top 10. If I do see in the top 10, then I just like
No,
rub my eyes out. It's gone.
I was looking at it the other day. It's not even in the top 20. Bleach is not in the top 20. Fairy Tail's about 9. Attack on Titan's second. One
Yeah,
Piece is
but
obviously first.
Also, if
Fairy Tales is in its own.
No,
little
I
category
reckon
there
it's
because
doing well if it's in ninth. If it's the 9th best-selling manga. So
but if you look at in Shonen Jump weekly rankings, it's like in the 15 and it's at 20. It's like that shouldn't even. It's like on the borderline of being cancelled, really.
It could be
Yeah,
cancelled
stays
because
there.
they're making a new One Piece spin-off manga, so it could get cancelled.
Anything One Piece related just comes first, or like the top 3 at least, because you always got to take into account that colour pages and one shots will come first, stuff like that. They are just always first though. It's really weird. I don't know how that.
couldn't
Yeah.
One Piece just literally make
What?
20 different series and then knock every show out of the way? Be like,
Well,
oh,
pretty
sorry,
much.
now we're the only anime that exists.
I wouldn't put it past that to happen.
And was that Attack on Titan spin-off thing? Is that coming out in Shonen Jump? Was that you guys that linked me that?
No. They're not showing Jump. They're.
Oh yeah, Attack on Titan aren't
They're
even
shown
Shonen
in
Jump,
aren't they? They're monthly.
Yeah, it's monthly, but it's not shown in monthly.
It's not like Kodoka something
something
comics.
I don't know. To be honest with you,
To be honest, there's so many monthly shonen.
I don't really. Yeah, there's a load. It really is.
There's a crap load of different monthly shonen companies. You just lose track and you just
But
label them
I
as
can
like
see Attack on
shonen.
Titan becoming drawn out now after the manga said about this. Like, yeah,
Well,
change the ending. And what.
Attack on Titan's just everything now, isn't it? It's got a 3DS game. It's getting a console game.
What about a 3DS game? I think 3DS games like this is useless.
Well, it's money.
It's not as that 10 is
It's
shit.
easy money. And there's probably going to be.
Just like One Piece Pirate
There's probably going
Warriors.
to be well, I mean, there's already OVAs for Attack on Titan, but I presume they'll bring out some kind of OVA series that people will be able to buy on
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
it's like 5 million spin-off
Yeah.
series. I think I already showed. Did I show you yesterday?
Yeah, that was
manga?
the school
That
remake.
junior
Yeah.
high or something. It's not ridiculous. Like, why?
That's what Attack on Titan is going to be for the next year or two.
I need to show you something. There was a great opening of Attack on Titan one, and it's like a picnic version. It's like really calm and everything. It's really good. I'll
There are like 1,000 versions of Attack on Titan's openings.
This will be really good for the people who
done in every way.
This will be really good for the people who can't see or hear these openings.
Okay.
Should we just say this after the podcast?
So if anyone's watching, type in Attack on Titan picnic, and just click on the first one or two to match. It's really weird.
Is
Is it a legitimate spin-off? Because it could well be.
No, it's not legitimate. It's done by someone. It's that sort of calm, relaxing opening with the same lyrics, and it's just like you have this image of them frolicking about, having not a care in the world.
Is that Titan wearing a sombrero?
Yeah. Well, no, not sombrero. I think it's like, I don't know. It looks like a farmer's hat.
But but I think there's even been even since Attack on Titan very came out, there's been rumours of like the live action coming out. I mean, there's just literally everything under the sun that could possibly have a spin-off.
That's been in the works before the anime came out, apparently.
Yeah.
Like it was meant to come out this year, I think, or next year, but it's been postponed.
And if they could get like
I
a
doubt
really
this
high
year.
budget, it'd probably make a really good movie.
No, that's what I'm thinking. If anything anime, I reckon Attack on Titan could actually be a Hollywood type of film, because Hollywood love
And
the big, huge ass monsters that attack and kill everyone.
Yeah,
with
but
not
Hollywood
much of a
also
plot.
confirmed they'd be doing Bleach,
They're doing
didn't
Bleach.
they? And that's been apparently so. Warner
Oh no,
Brothers
this is
are-
apparent. No, it's apparently
hide
in
it.
Death Note. It's
Well, is this just like the same as with Death Note?
Yeah,
like,
it's
supposedly being
nothing-
made. Like
Just
4
some like
years
random
ago.
live
They said
action
Death Note's
thing.
coming.
That might not even be called the same
I
thing.
can't see a
I
long
thought
running
Bleach was
show
official though.
do well in movies.
Mushishi got a
It's so
movie.
long running,
Mushishi
you
got
can't
a
fit one
live action
movie.
movie, which is weird.
I think you should just like leave it to Japan because they adapted Death Note very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Japan's releases, it won't take off over here.
Oh yeah,
I don't
like
care.
Asian
As long as it's
film over here is probably just like
But
anime. Nobody.
We did get Death Note on DVD, the live action, so it's not that bad, but it's not that big.
I think like a Death Note would be good for like an American drama, like a kind of Breaking Bad style show,
Yeah,
like 45-minute
They're meant
episodes.
to be doing Monster on HBO.
Yeah, a HBO show. Any kind of drama series would be good for.
I'll watch that when it comes out, if it does come out. I mean, it's silver stuff, but obviously there's the ability of it being cancelled or whatever, something going wrong.
Because all you need to do to make a successful HBO show is get a really intriguing story and just get cliffhangers at the end of every single episode.
Yeah, well,
They
that
could do.
And it'll be the next
They could do
Game
with
of
the Mirai Nikki live action.
Yeah,
I heard.
mine-
There is a My Nikki live action.
Yeah, but we're talking
There
about
is.
we're talking about Western.
Oh right, okay.
Like if it were to work out in the West, I heard like loads of good things about it
But-
already.
Yeah.
And they also got older people on
Yeah,
it
but
as well.
it couldn't be a
Yeah,
direct thing. 'cause-
they've got to change the characters.
Yeah,
It
it
can't be a bunch of 13-year-olds. That's just not going to work.
and they
Yeah.
can't kill like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
No, they can't do
can't do
that.
that in
No,
American
no.
TV.
You can't stab a 5-year-old in the chest. It's not going to
Yeah.
work.
Even if he has a phone
Well,
that
as long
tells
as
the
they
future.
it depends on how they show.
I
it.
mean,
Yeah, I suppose
mean,
it,
they
it,
can-
it could still
they'd have to
happen.
Americanize
Just
it. They'd have
off-screen.
to make everybody adults or teenagers or like
just
18-year-olds.
put a bloody 4Kids
No,
logo
no,
at where it
they could
happens.
keep the characters, but I think the relationship with Yuki and has to be died down a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it can be that
Well,
extreme.
they need to Americanize
think it could be-
Like any anime show would need to be Americanized because
They-
Well, apart from
Surely
few.
they would just like alter the story of like Yuki, his age, and
Yeah.
the
They
couple
could literally keep
because
the
that
same
way it
characters,
would be
but
more
don't change the
accepted
characters a bit.
Yeah.
in that way.
and probably change the
But, like,
ending because I mean you could probably make a better ending.
Everyone hates it.
Yeah, well, I can make a better ending.
Yeah.
My cat, or my blind cat that doesn't exist, can make a better
See,
ending.
when I like first watching it, I didn't actually have a problem with the ending until like I heard loads of people complain about it. Then when I looked back, I was like, yeah, this is pretty shit.
I can't even remember what
it's
happened.
not that bad, but I think what people make out of the people, it's not. It's quite.
I really can't even remember what the ending.
It's
was
like
that
they pulled it out of
insignificant.
their ass at the last second.
Yeah.
I feel.
Hey, I've done it a few times in my essays.
Yeah, so-
But what else could happen? Back in I don't know.
They get me to go
I feel
high.
like
Gonna
with
transition
things
onto-
with things like Bacchanal and Beat Bop, I just don't see the point.
Well, Bacchanal's I think Bacchanal's too gory to make a TV show.
Eh.
What? Hanging someone off the
There's
back of the
gory
train
TV.
and pushing their face into the tracks.
Yeah, but
I
no, but
wonder.
stuff's happened like that on TV, just late at night. It's like it's not.
Yeah, but
I don't think there's going to be a. It wouldn't be as gory.
I feel like
Right.
every single anime show has something that they can put into an American. It would just be they'd have to Americanize everything, which is kind of a shame.
No, but I
Especially,
think Bebop and Baccano, they don't really do anything to it. It's
Bebop,
literally
Bebop
static.
would be cool, but I think Bebop has enough recognition over here on its own.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just think
think-
it's the point
yeah.
because there'll be literally no difference. 'Cause, like, okay, the scenes will be it'll be live action, but they can literally do it story for story. Like, that's what I kind of like about it being westernized, is that it's sort of different.
Yeah.
Because I literally just rewatching the anime otherwise, but not an anime. It's live
I
action.
think Watanabe makes his stuff with the West in mind. Like he always kind of.
Yeah, definitely. Well, apart
he's always
from
got our back.
Kiss on the Slope, but that wasn't that was just the adaptation. That's why Space Dandy is going to be a thing.
Yep, it's definitely going to be.
Don't forget Watamote. They're making a live action of that.
Really.
Yeah. I can imagine how depressing it would be to see live action. The dark humor would be even
God.
worse.
What about Gungrave? That could work.
That could work. Maybe if they take out the spider monsters.
High School of the Dead, that could work.
Maybe. It could work, but they've got Walking Dead, so there's no
No,
need
but just
for
have Walking Dead, but then just completely revamp one season, kill
Yeah.
off all the
it.
characters.
No. Just like a one-off
But
episode.
the body types in High School of the Dead are not natural. Those don't exist in real life.
What?
Yeah, but
You
it's
sure
a
about
one-off
that?
Do not
episode.
impress.
God damn it, we'll look from.
You ruined the dream.
Fuck's sake, man.
We do not get breasts literally the size of melons in real life. I'm
We
afraid.
Don't stop talking.
But you
We
can.
don't have breasts
I've
that
seen
can
them. They're
dodge
not that
bullets.
Well, real ones that look real anyway.
No, you can't. You obviously can't get real ones. Fucking hell.
It's like those breasts had its own joints, like when the bullet came.
Okay, what about stuff like Wolf Children, Go Every Time, and Sun Wars?
Yeah, but what about? I think you're missing out on the bigger picture here. What about One Piece?
It's a giant 600 episode live
Can you-
action.
I don't think Shonen would work.
Can you imagine the budget
Like-
for that whole
Oh, God.
series?
It'll be same
live
budget
action?
as a soap.
Yeah, it would be
Where
like the
the
American
Jack Point
Office.
on-
That's like 100 episodes. Just the same setting
Yeah,
every.
it wouldn't be a big
episode.
budget really.
Yeah, just get like a
Just
beach.
that.
Just rent out a beach for a year.
Just rent a beach for a whole. Just buy a
Yeah.
beach. It'd be cheaper.
Yeah, just buy a beach and that's you. You set some houses, some ships.
Change it every now and then. No, you don't need that. You need a green screen. Done.
Yeah, it's a green screen. You're
Seems
away.
cheaper. Yeah, but what shows like Ghost in the Shell and Fate Zero and Black Lagoon?
To be honest, we could go on about every single
Yeah.
show here.
I could just- I could
Talking
just-
about Fate Stay Night. No, Fate Zero. Let's okay.
Oh, you've just ruined the
I don't
segue.
remember.
Forget the segue. We're going to talk about Fate Stay Night. I've tried for like the last 20 minutes to segue, and the segues are overrated.
But we also need to get on to Fall because there's something.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Where?
We'll leave Fate Stay Night later because I mean we could talk about that for probably a while, and we want to talk about Fall since it's probably going to be our last opportunity to talk about some of the Fall stuff.
Yes.
So if everybody, if
This is where me and Tim
everyone in
meet.
the class could please get out your Fall lists, your Fall season anime
Oh wait,
list,
fall
anime
or
charts.
winter?
Okay.
Wait,
I like that Outbreak Company reference
Yep.
there.
wait.
Even though it's not actually from there, but
Do you mean fall or winter?
Fall. We'll talk about winter next episode.
Fall.
In the reboot.
Yeah, in the reboot. But we're just gonna go. I guess we'll
Oh,
go over some of the stuff we like.
wait. Before we go anymore, why did you send us the old winter one in the chat?
Oh, I sent you both. Oh, winter. No, I didn't. Was that? Oh, was that the wrong one? Oh, I did.
seems.
I did. No. I know I sent you the right one. Did I not?
No, wait. I see Fall season.
Fall 2013.
Yeah.
But I guess it won't be 2013, will it? Yeah. This was last year's, which is actually because fall season doesn't start in 2013. It'll start in 2014.
I got the right one up. It got all Kill the Kill in that, don't I?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the winter. Like I sent the winter for last year when it actually I thought it was this year.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, but if everybody could prepare their anti-chart fall stuff and just pick a few shows that you watched and enjoyed. I don't want to talk about. Did we talk about Outbreak Company last, or did we not record that?
I don't think we've really.
Yeah, let's
touched
talk about
on it,
Outbreak Company.
to be
'Cause that was
honest.
probably one of my favourites. Outbreak Company finished
Yeah,
last
it was-
week. It
it
was
was-
what was it, 12 episode? No, was it 10 or was it 12?
I think
12.
12.
And it was a comedy. Had a really nice ending. It was kind of fantasy. Loads and loads of otaku jokes. Loads. It was pretty much one big joke about otakus.
I'm surprised how they went past copyright there because they literally did redraw a lot
Yeah,
of the
Yeah,
characters.
did you see the Attack on Titan poster when they went? It was Attack on Iron Giants. Which I thought was awesome.
That's put a lot of effort into like redoing
Yeah, I know.
everything like just to avoid copyright.
That's pretty crazy.
It was really great, and towards the end, I was really fascinated, like what they did,
Yeah.
like second last episode. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
like that
dear,
last little bit.
Japanese government are such cunts.
Yeah, like I actually genuinely cared what was going to happen. Like, I was like, wow, what's going to
Exactly.
happen? But
You never think it would go that seriously when you look at it, but it really does touch on that stuff.
yeah.
I obviously do feel jealous, of course, of the otaku school.
Yeah, if that, oh man, I genuinely, that's like the one thing I'd pay for education, if I could pay to go to otaku school and I don't know, learn about otaku culture.
Actually, there's this other thing I want to touch on, but it might cause some controversy.
Oh, drama. Alright.
It's like when the pretty much main character suggested, why don't you guys give it a try making your own anime?
Oh, yes.
And I can imagine that would raise a lot of
Yeah.
heat in discussion, but it kind of just goes to show like Japanese people
Yeah,
view
they don't really
everything
care.
as
Doesn't
anime.
matter what dimension you're from.
Exactly, they just view it as 2D animation, just like everyone else. Really. They don't really separate it.
start this again, please.
So we just Outbreak Company is the official proof that you can be from whatever dimension. You can be from the you can be from the fantasy world of, what was this world called? It had a name. Oh man.
I can't remember
Yeah.
it to save the life.
Oh
of me.
yeah, but it had a name.
Don't forget, they also had the that football match they had in Outbreak Company was outrageously amazing.
Yeah, that should be its own anime.
I was like, that is
Elves
true
versus-
fantasy
elves
style
versus
football.
dwarfs at football, and it was just awesome.
It's more like a brawl, to be honest. It's like I didn't notice the
Yeah,
brawl
like after 5 minutes, the
whatsoever.
ball was irrelevant. It was just like a big battleground, basically.
Exactly. I never thought it would escalate to such a large scale. I mean, I didn't know how powerful these elves
Yeah.
and dwarves were.
That was awesome.
They were.
It was just such a funny show,
Exactly.
such an entertaining show. I don't know why it didn't get more
And if you
exposure.
also, if you like your lollies as well,
Yeah,
there's quite a lot
quite a few
of
lolly
them.
characters.
And fan service. But then again, no one really complained whatsoever about the fan
No,
service.
it was
in
like
Outbreak
just
Company.
enough. It was just enough fan service. Like there was the beach episode, like the hot springs episode of this was like a beach episode. And even they just went
Well,
out
we-
and said it. Said yes, we're going to have our own. This is our swimsuit episode. That was like the funniest.
Because
episode.
Outbreak Company also brings in like the generic factors of all anime
Yeah.
as well. It can get away with all
Yeah,
that
'cause it,
stuff.
like admits it. It admits that it's like this is we're doing the the generic swimsuit episode, which I think is awesome. I think that's like one of the only ways you can pull it off without being too bad. And the animation was really good in this. I don't know who Feel are. I don't know what they've done before, but but they've done a really good job with the animation. Let's see. What I think we've talked about Diamond, no Ace, or Ace of Diamond.
We need to talk about I Want to Be the Strongest in the
Oh
world.
yes, we need to talk about that. the
Loads of people, oh my dear, I mean, this got a lot of attention. People were
Yeah.
like, is this hentai? I mean, like, first 3 episodes, I mean, you want to strap a headphone to
Yeah,
your
oh,
ear
definitely.
and, like, actually watch the episodes.
Audio-wise, it is definitely hentai. 100% audio-wise.
I tell you, the amount of humiliation that voice actor had to go through. Because it was basically one person, to be
Yeah.
honest, that was
Yeah,
squirming. I mean, you didn't get the variety that you would ideally want. But, I mean, that's all safe for the OVA. We all know that's coming. But I think my major downfall with the series itself was that the main character pretty much goes on the losing streak for most of the show.
Yeah, she never really kind of
And
gets that good, does she?
Exactly. I mean, I found it weird how everyone was praising how good she was after she got that one win, eventually.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, so everyone loves you again because you got that one fluky win.
Yeah, I think the ending was really cool as well. Like the ending was genuinely
a good
surprised
surprise.
me. Like I was genuinely more surprised than most twists because I didn't even know there was a twist coming. I didn't expect
Exactly.
that person to be anyone, but then it was like, oh my god, it's another character.
I really liked how they did that because they really did push that side of
Yeah.
the show completely out of the way, and it just became all about wrestling.
Yeah.
However, the idol stuff, you really think it's just there to really kind of like slowly ease people into getting interested into seeing women wrestle, but it becomes a little something more than
Why
that.
isn't this like a national sport? It
Oh,
should be.
I think it is. I think they do have women's wrestling. But this isn't
Surely.
fake though. This is an actual sport. They're
Fun
doing here.
fact: in Weimar, Germany, naked female mud wrestling was a big hit there.
Oh, I can see why.
In Germany.
Yeah.
Do they have women in Germany?
In Weimar,
They have
Germany.
women in
This
Germany.
is when this is the golden era of Germany back in the 1930s.
Well, if any Germans are listening, you should watch I Want to Be the Strongest in the World. If you're into your wrestling,
I'd be
you'll
also
love it.
surprised if they understood us like all the way through here as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I Want to Be Strongest.
Do you?
It's a good. I do, yes. But the
Big
show
fan,
as
I'm
well. I
Strongest.
think it's a decent sports
Yeah,
anime.
good sports anime.
and-
Animation was good, which was weird. It was actually really nice animation.
which is, I mean, that's something you want to hear about in
Oh,
ecchi
yeah.
anime as well.
Yeah.
Good
characters
animation.
were actually really good.
Nice
Like
taste, love.
characters, you genuinely like felt interested, and you genuinely wanted like characters to do certain things. So the characters were pretty cool, like Sakura.
I do want to see more of the characters, but I hate seeing Sakura all the
Yeah.
time, just getting ready to squirm. It's just
for
like
20 minutes each.
I'd rather see someone else squirm for a
Yeah.
change. Even though it sounds like I've got a hard on right now, but I don't.
well, you might be. It depends what are they going to do with the OVAs. What are they going to do with the OVAs? Actually, I don't know. I never looked into
There's
it.
so much potential.
'Cause I think-
So much
Mud
potential.
wrestling, beach wrestling.
Oh god, this
Hot
could go
springs
anywhere.
What else?
wrestling.
Yeah, it literally could go anywhere. And it's a 6-episode OVA. I don't know if those are full length episodes. I don't know.
It feels like an ecchi series that's actually
Yeah,
done
it's
well.
like it's an edgy series with a good story, like a genuinely good story. It was just pretty. I mean, it was pretty nice to watch. Like I wasn't like put off ecchi forever after I watched it. And I genuinely like if it was still running, I'd want to be watching more. I kind of want to watch season 2 or whatever. Which they left it completely open to season 2, which I think it will probably get. If it already has an OVA, it will probably get a season 2.
I tell you, like the opening and the ending were so different. I mean, the ending felt very otaku-ish, and then the opening was just like pretty naff.
Talking about good
To be-
openings, or not good openings, the good. What was it called? I wanted to be a hero, but so I couldn't become a hero or whatever it was called. That had like a really good opening. I really liked that opening. It was super catchy.
I forgot about this show. I dropped it because I don't know. Nothing really reeled me
The
in.
last like 5
I-
episodes were really good. It was ecchi. It's ecchi as well, so I mean you know what to expect.
Love that.
Would you say it's the best of all the
No,
ecchi
no,
like
no,
this
no.
season, or?
I Want to Be the World's Strongest is probably better. Actually, I don't know.
If you disagree, then watch
I
it.
don't know. Actually, that's
See
a
what
hard
happens.
decision. They're
I
definitely
get it,
two.
Tad.
Well, hey.
But
Oh, Strike the Blood is also an ecchi series.
Oh, more
I'd say
ecchi.
it does well in that. It does well in that
yeah.
department.
Yeah, that's
but
not too overly ecchi
doesn't
as
really ruin the story.
well. It's pretty like calm on the ecchi. What about Kyoukai no Kanata? Why don't we talk about that?
Oh, that.
Kyoani's big show.
I thought I was going to drop the show,
dropped
but
it
surprisingly I didn't. I got a little more invested in the story later on, as they went more in depth. I think what everyone really loved of Kyoukai no Kanata was perhaps the episode where they had to capture that.
Well, the idol episode.
I forgot what it was called. That. Yes.
The idol
That
episode
felt
was
very,
the best.
very Kyoto anime.
Yeah.
That style would really made you feel like you were at home with this show, and I really loved that. As compared to Free, because Kyoto Animation released Free and Kyoukai no Kanata, I kind of prefer Free as an anime that I would watch to enjoy
I think-
myself.
I think Kyoukai no Kanata, if it was 24 episodes, it would be like a really good show. But just for some reason, they made it 13 episodes, and I mean, it just limited them so much because they had to fit in this whole story plus all these characters needed to get fitted in, and they had to have this big ending which was like 5 episodes, and there really wasn't a lot. And they had the idol episode which they had to have in, obviously, because I bet the writer was just like, oh no, I need to add in, I'm getting Moe withdrawal, I need to add in a Moe episode, so they had to have that. But if it was a 24 episode, it would have been so much better.
Well, Kyoto Animation hardly do that with their recent series.
Yeah.
If you look with Free, K-On! And Chunibyo, which is coming out next month. I cannot wait. Season 2. I'm reading the light novel as well.
Ha, you're reading. Haha.
What's so funny about reading?
It's got no pictures.
So? I like the look of letters.
I don't read at all,
Nerd,
so
but
I
yeah.
won't be reading it.
Kyoukai no Kanata was really popular,
Yeah.
but
I'd say I think it's probably the most
there was a
popular
lot of disappointment
this
around.
season, anyway.
I thought Kill la Kill.
Actually, yeah,
Kill la
Kill
Kill.
la Kill. Kill or Kyoukai no Kanata.
I'm really enjoying Kill la Kill though now. At the start, it started off pretty well at
Yeah.
the start.
Episode
I think.
3 was.
and then
its
you had
peak,
those.
I reckon. Episode 3 was really good.
But-
I think you know what you're getting.
But
I
when
think
you
you
get-
know what you're getting with Kill la Kill.
Mhm.
And there's no point trying to
I mean,
get this big, deep story out of it. You know what you're
No.
getting. It's,
I like that they're progressing with the story now because like a couple of episodes ago, like they started this massive match where Ryoko is challenging the generals now.
yeah.
And you kind of see it going all the way, and then the story takes quite a turn later on, and that was very interesting. Kill la Kill did turn out exactly as I wanted it to be from what I saw in the start, but it's just when it came to like seeing the side characters like taking up the episodes, the show really, really went downhill, and the fan service itself, it doesn't work whatsoever, especially with that style of animation that Trigger do. Fan service will not work with Ryoko. Ryoko can't be marketed as much as a good, I'd say, like, sex appeal as Yoko from Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, they can't really top that with what Ryoko
But I think
looks like.
since
And I just feel
it's
like
pretty much the similar people who done Gurren Lagann, you can't really rule out anything not happening because literally anything could happen. If you look at
I'm
Gurren
waiting for a
Lagann,
time skip and for them to throw a couple planets at each other.
yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
don't know if
literally
they're gonna
anything
go
could
to
happen. So
Galaxies.
I don't think they'll exceed to that level of
yeah,
Kill
I
la
mean, they
Kill,
could, for all
given
we know,
when
they
it's-
could move.
Who knows?
They could like start a new arc. They could just finish this school arc and do another arc. Like for all we
Time skip.
know, it could literally do anything. So I mean, I don't think they'll do a time skip to be honest because I mean,
No, that's.
I don't think there's enough. There's
I just
not enough
love that
characters. And,
the-
there's not enough story to skip. You just really be making her look older and just doing the same thing. So
But at the moment, from how I'm looking at Kill la Kill, I feel like it may conclude like with this season as a series
Yeah.
as a whole, like when it gets to like 25 or 26, because they are approaching the main plot at hand at the moment, and they still got quite a lot of episodes to go, so they could easily solve it and just wrap it up nicely as
yeah,
a
I
good
mean,
24 episode
I don't think a
series.
season 2 would be necessary because it's a pretty one-way story. It's like
Yeah.
once they complete
Yeah.
the goal, that's it. That's the one goal they've got to complete the story, and there'd be no point leaving it on a cliffhanger. That'd just be stupid. And it's just it's going to be a good one season show. I think I doubt they'll bring it to season 2. I mean, they could, but I think they'll just leaving it at season 1 would be fine.
I'm pretty sure they're just gonna wrap it up in a bow
Yeah.
like they did with Gurren. Like they literally at the end of Gurren Lagann, they literally ruled out any possibility of there ever being a second season
Yeah,
because of the fact like the main character had aged to like a 60-year-old man.
yeah.
Like his main.
To be honest, I didn't like that. He just became a
He
hobo.
did, yeah.
It's like, yeah, we'll just leave you out there wandering on the streets. That's what we do to
Yeah,
our
I was
heroes.
unhappy
Yeah.
with that, but I was happy with it at the same time. So I was like, yeah, at least then they can't fuck.
How were you happy
No,
with
because
it?
then they couldn't fuck it over and make a shitty second series.
I know that, but like, you kind of want the main guy to, you know, be at ease. I mean, after what happened to him.
No,
in the
I
end.
know that.
I mean, just like it's just like, okay, you know what? Just fuck him. Just let him wander the streets.
With his drill.
And we'll leave Yoko as the one woman that will never get tapped ever.
I don't know. Some of those kids must have been getting some extra credit back in her little classroom over on that island of his.
They're all like elementary school kids.
Oh, well, let's wait for another time skip.
Did any of you guys watch
Can't believe-
Non Viore? Oh,
No.
that's a pretty good show. That's
I tried Coppelian.
yeah.
Dropped it though. Did anyone carry on with
I
that?
carried it on. I'm like episode 6 or something. It's really boring. Oh, it's such a boring show. I really, and I've not heard, like I've heard it doesn't pick up, so I doubt I'll make it through all 12 episodes. I don't know. It's just one of these shows that doesn't go anywhere. It just repeats the same thing over and over each episode.
Speaking of repeating things the same over and over again, my mental choices was absolutely fantastic.
Didn't we talk about that last podcast? Or was this Anda?
I don't really remember.
Maybe we had the
talking
conversation
about
off
it.
air, but yeah, that was top notch show.
It was like it did like cater to all those people that love their rom-coms, ecchi comedy fans, but I mean it's just how they went about it. They really did make it funny.
That was a
And
genuinely.
that's what
that was
made it
probably
stick out.
Probably one of the funniest comedies I've seen in a while. Like, it was just the jokes were just really funny.
Just really disappointed it's only 10 episodes.
Yeah, and I don't know if we'll get a second season.
Doesn't seem that way, I think. Because think about the amount of missions the main character has to do. There's another series I want to talk about, which I'm considering of dropping actually. Samurai Flamenco.
Oh god.
It had such a great start. It was going to be my number one anime, and well, when you see my next video, well, yeah, you don't be surprised if you don't see it on there.
I think if you're going to watch Samurai
it's just
Flamenco, just watch the first 7 episodes and leave it at that.
I wouldn't want to do that because you're going to torture yourself into thinking it's going to get.
Don't watch any more.
And then just go the opposite
don't
direction.
Watch any more than 7 episodes and you'll be good.
Just pretend
it'll be a good
that
show.
it ended there.
Yeah, just say, the writers ran out of money or something like that. I don't know.
Just say like it ended with is episode 7 like where the gorilla comes.
I don't
in
know. It's around
naturally.
around 8 or 7 or something.
Because like if they end it there, then it's just like okay, so end it with the gorilla.
I'd rather they just ended it there than doing what they did.
Just end it before that scene. They enter the room. They'd just be like, oh yeah, they ran out of budget to like fund the rest of the.
But they all got fired because of such terrible writing.
I don't know what the manga was on. He had something good going on there, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna go just all bananas all over this. I'm just gonna make everyone be surprised,
Ruin
and
everybody's
you know
day.
what, you did. I just don't want to let myself feel depressed anymore about Samurai Flamenco. Such potential, which flopped. Yowamushi Pedal? Do you want to talk about that? Okay. For Yowamushi Pedal, I really enjoyed the premise. It was a great sports series. I hadn't really checked out many before I came across Yowamushi Pedal. At first, when I looked at the poster, I thought it was pretty camp, to be honest. I think you may have actually gotten us taking the piss out of it a little when we were going over the autumn anime. And it really did exceed my expectations. Drama's great.
Comedy's good.
The comedy's fantastic, especially the main character. Especially right bang in the start, you can automatically like relate to him, like with his love for
Yeah, he's
otaku
like cycling, singing
culture.
his favorite what was it, like Super Princess song or something like that.
I could perhaps sing the song now,
Yeah.
but I don't
We'll
want
leave
to.
that to special.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
But,
was again. I mean, that's probably one of the, this season had so many good comedies. I'm just thinking that's like probably another one of my favorite funniest comedy shows. Which again, otaku jokes, which is cool to see.
But I wouldn't say get too accustomed to that because Yowamushi Pedal does get more heavy on the cycling side, of course, because it is a cycling anime. But you can take the show seriously, especially when you got the drama in the races as well. And then
which
just
they do really
when they
well.
also go about animating the races as well, you see like these gusts of wind like going past each cyclist, and then you can kind of get a sense of that adrenaline.
Yeah, you
rush
really do get
to
into
an
the
extent.
cycling. Like it was like Diamond No Ace. Like I'd never watched baseball. I never watched the cycling race. I don't know how cycling races work, but as soon as I started watching it, I was really into it. I was like really, oh god, I want this guy to win. I want to see what happens next, because they really kind of, which is I don't know. It's a lot of shows do sports shows, but then they don't make the actual sports very good. But the Yowamushi Pedal, like they done the cycling scenes like really well. Cycling scenes were awesome.
And the thing is, that's what you have to get right, the actual sport
Yeah,
itself. Because if the sport fails to like impress anyone, then you're not going to get an audience. But then again, loads of people kind of like to just leave those sports series out because they think that it's not really going to be interesting because they're not interested in the sport itself. But
which is
does,
wrong, because even if you're not into
encourage
sport,
you.
you'll enjoy it because it's just a drama.
It even goes over the basics as
Yeah.
well, like of everything of the sport. I mean, with Yowamushi Pedal, I was quite surprised like how much I learned about.
Yeah, I know. I
cycling
knew nothing about. I
from
didn't even
that.
know like different bikes done different speeds and there was different types of bikes and stuff like that. But it went really in depth and like obviously the person who wrote
It
it,
even makes you wonder how fast you
Yeah,
can
like-
go as well. Like on a
the
cycle.
person who wrote this anime obviously knew a lot about bikes. Obviously, was really into bikes because there was like so much kind of bike talk and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. There was loads of bike details about bikes and stuff like that, which was just cool.
But Ace of Dimes for me, I don't know. It felt kind of more. I had more higher expectations for it, but it kind of like didn't really satisfy me as much as I thought.
Yeah,
it
I'll
would,
need to see how long it's going
compared to
to be.
most.
Because if it's going to be like a
It's
100 episode show, then you can probably accept it being slow paced and stuff like that. But if it's a 24 episode show, they need to kind of hurry it up because they're not really getting anywhere.
To be honest, even so, I find it a little more tricky to recommend Diamond No Ace though, given how slow it
Yeah.
is. I mean, we still yet to
we've
see
literally gone nowhere.
like
in the
full on
story.
proper match.
It feels like every episode,
Exactly.
like so much goes on, but nothing's happened. He's basically pretty much just turned up at the camp of the baseball camp. He's done nothing, which is, I mean, it's cool because it means you get really into the character. The character's developed really well, but I'd like for him to actually go somewhere and actually do something and progress the story. That would be nice to see.
To be honest, like I think the characters as well is what really shined the most for me in like sports animes as well, because it's just so easy to just focus on them and let the story write
Yeah.
itself, and that's how sports series really succeed well. I think they do well in Japan, only to be honest, but you just don't hear much of it over here on the West,
Yeah,
of course.
I think sports like are different, like bigger, better. Different sports are bigger in Japan, so I presume it'll just coincide.
especially
with that.
baseball as
Yeah, I think
well.
baseball. Yeah, but yeah. So we've been going for like an hour and 50 minutes. So
That is nuts.
And I haven't been speaking for ages
so
because I've noticed on this.
That's just how great the full
Yeah.
anime was this year.
It was so great, but I don't understand it.
yeah, Jamie didn't watch any of it. So
I watched two things.
you watched.
Two things? One
Well,
thing.
you actually watched two things. Did you
I watched
go with it
Kyoukai
all the
Basket
way?
In
or-
it, in it though.
Oh, true.
I think
Which is a sequel, so we can't really talk about it. But
I can, Natasha.
yeah, but as in
Uh,
seasonal stuff.
I dropped Samurai for me and Kobe, but got point into that. I dropped.
Whereabouts did you drop it? Just
So
wondering.
true.
Oh, all right.
I'm surprised you dropped
Yeah,
it.
that was, it
there.
wasn't. You didn't,
No. Cause what happened? I was gonna go back to it, but then I heard about that bit. And I thought I'm not.
yeah,
gonna
don't bother going back to it.
If it's gone downhill so bad, I'm just like, what's
Yeah.
the point? That's the thing. Like, some people say, like, what's the point of jumping stuff at episode 1 or whatever? But surely you should know about something in episode 1. Like, episode 1 is maybe one of the best episodes of the anime. It should get
Yeah,
you.
it should grab you in.
Yeah.
And so by that, I should have the ability to drop it.
Well, I think you should just drop it
That's
whenever
right.
you want to drop it. Like, there shouldn't be a rule like the free episode rule or anything. You should just drop it when you stop enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying it from the start,
Exactly.
then just don't bother watching it.
Especially like I tried checking out Arpeggio of Steel. I was half asleep.
I
when
fell
checking it out,
asleep
and I
every single episode I watched. I think I watched 3 episodes, fell asleep in every single one.
How did you like go to the next episode? for that?
I know. It was just like I was in my bed, I had Crunchyroll on the Xbox. I didn't have to get up to change the episode, so I was just like, "Yep, A button, next episode, fall asleep, wake up. Oh, A button, next. Okay, I'm not doing this again. I'm just gonna go to sleep."
Log Horizon. I think that's been received very
Yeah,
well.
As you would expect from a video game.
those
anime.
peop- I just hate how people are comparing it to Sword Art Online, but I don't want to talk about that. To
It's
be
really
honest,
nothing like Sword Art Online.
Log Horizon. I really like how they're going about it. It's a lot different to your series like Batum.
Yeah,
and
it's more.
Sword Art Online.
It's
Of
less.
course.
I think it's less fixed on like they're not. They don't always talk about them being in the video game. It's almost like it's just a fantasy world anime, because they don't all. Every
Yeah.
episode isn't like, oh, we need to escape from the video game. It's like it's just like they're living lives normally in this kind of video game where they're having to build this city and stuff like that and make things work from the self. Really kind of building up a world from right from the start, because nothing is working and they have to kind of fix it all almost.
But I really do feel like it is one of those niche MMO animes. To be honest, I mean, it is just catered towards gamers, whereas series like Sword Art Online, Batum, they're kind of catered more to the mainstreamers that don't know.
I think
about
Sword Art Online's catered
games.
to everyone. It's got something for everyone. It's like a harem. It's got some incest. It's got everything in it.
But I really do want some stuff to go down now on Log Horizon, now that they've built everything up from
I think it's going to surprise us with
ground.
a good second half for sure.
I can imagine the scale of how the story will go now, because they've established quite a lot now, and you got this army, you got this village, and you got people training as well, and then you got the round table. So much is going to be going
they're
down.
definitely preparing for something
then again,
big, like something big's going to go down soon.
But then again, there comes the execution as well. Is it just going to be? Are they just going to focus, like, say, like on the one arc that will be coming up now till the end of the show, and then conclude it there, or is it going to be?
I've got high hopes. I've got high
something
hopes that they'll do
else?
something good. Like, they've been the writing so far has been really good. Like the way they've made the main character like kind of go about things, and he does things in the way you wouldn't expect. You couldn't really predict what he was going to do. So I think I hope. But I've got good high hopes that they'll do something awesome and cool to finish off the series. But yeah, so I think that's everything.
Yeah, that should be. I've watched a couple of stuff, but I won't talk about it. We've been going on for quite a while, actually.
Well, thank everyone for watching. Next episode will be...
If you're still here.
Gordon Bennett. I don't think anyone's here. I wouldn't be here.
Do you want to touch on the Fate Stay Night remake?
No, it might as well, because it's gone on so long. No one's gonna bother.
But to be honest, there's nothing on the trailer that was really
It's nice characters.
The music.
to take away, except the music.
The music was
but
fucking fantastic.
I think it was
Best music
stupid.
I've
They
ever
It
put
was just kind of Fate Zero
not the
montage
other-
almost. That's what it was, with text.
I don't like that they. I would have at least liked to see screenshots of like at least a
Yeah.
frame of Fate Stay Night.
But it's really just a
Well,
Fate Zero montage.
They,
though.
they had characters by Ufotable there. That's done.
If you haven't watched it, go watch it now, because it's. I mean, we can't really explain it without watching it. It's kind of unexplainable, but it's just an epic music, orchestral music, cool, zooms and stuff like that, cool 3D animation. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. We'll have more news on that, obviously, as the months progress. We get more news about it and stuff. And when it comes out, we can talk about it. But yeah, so that's been the podcast. So remember, next time we do this podcast, it'll be the reboot episode thing. And yeah, anyone want to say? Anyone got any final words? I know Taylor, you were dying to say something right at the end. So why don't you say what you were dying to say this whole episode? You said you really wanted to say something at the end, and it's gonna totally blow us all away.
Shit. What did I? Shit. Alright.
Come on, Taylor, we're all waiting on you here. We're all counting on you to say something crazy,
So it's something crazy.
something amazing.
No one's here.
Give us a
Absolutely
speech.
crazy.
Where
speech?
will you fight them on the beaches?
Winston Churchill.
Alright. I'm gonna lay you all in on a secret right now.
Oh
Okay.
my god! Live, right? Not live, but right here.
Trust me, I don't think anyone's gonna find this. Like, if you go, like, to Ben's house, yeah, dig underneath his house,
Oh my
there's a
God.
portal that will take you to any world that you want. Trust me, I've been there. I went to Fairy Tale. It was pretty cool. Then I went to Batum. Then I went to Black Lagoon. Then I went to some
You
other
went to
worlds.
Ranipur in India.
Then I went to School Days. Then I went to... Trust me. If you go there, go
And then
underneath
you died in
Ben's
school
house.
days. You died in school days and never came back.
Yes, because I... No, I'm fine, because I didn't go nowhere near those fucking 12-year-old girls,
Oh.
alright? I'm not that type of guy.
Sure.
So just go under Ben's house, and there is a portal to a world, yeah? So this is the big secret, like, this is it. Don't mention this to anyone.
Gordon Bennett. No one gives a shit anymore. I have lost track of this now. Anyways, go on.
And by Ben, we mean Ben Schwartz, the College Humor actor. And on that note, we're going to end the podcast here. So
Yeah,
let's
goodbye.
do a little
No,
countdown. Everyone, get ready to stop the recordings.
Alright, goodbye, everyone.
3, 2, 1.
Farewell, old UAK.